Are you depressed? I'm not going to get into why this question is even being asked in the first place, but here we are. If you were to answer yes, what would happen next? How would other people react? Would anything change? The answer is no. The fact that you are depressed won't change anything for most people, especially if you don't tell them. After all, you're mourning something that isn't there, a joy for life that you never had. And so the question becomes, would anyone care if you stopped pretending? What if you told everyone who's ever known you that none of this matters? Would anyone actually listen? Now, it might seem like a bit of an odd question, but please try to think about it from their perspective. Why would you base your self-worth on other people's opinions or accomplishments? Well, maybe it's because you want to fit in. You want to be accepted, but you also want to be different. It's the age-old struggle of wanting to stand out while belonging at the same time. Let's assume your friends or family knew about your depression and how it affects you. But if you really believe in what you're doing, if you're convinced it's the right thing to do, then why would anyone care if you waste your life? You're not hurting anyone but yourself, right? In fact, you're helping a lot of people if you compare yourself to the alternative. You imagine a future where you're old and gray, lying in a nursing home bed knowing you never took that chance or followed that dream. Yes, you will get older, but you won't remember that old man lying in a bed. What is the point of moving forward if all of this is pointless anyway? Wouldn't it be easier to stop fighting? To accept that nothing matters is to understand that nothing breaks you? Nothing can hurt you because you can't feel it, but don't expect others to care. They don't know you. You're just another face in the crowd. Another person who gets in their way. Just like you don't care about them, they don't care about you. And if you want to learn more about philosophy in general, I recommend you check out the Philosophy Basics playlist. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. This may sound harsh, but it's the truth. Time doesn't just move forward, it moves in all directions. This is why the cynics roamed around the ancient world naked. They weren't crazy. They simply understood that nothing matters, and so they had nothing to hide. Everything you've ever been, and everything you'll ever be, exists right now. Now go out into the world and live your life however you see fit. Go travel, go party, go work, whatever floats your boat. Just know that none of it means anything, and that's okay. Every moment you've lived has already happened, and every moment you're reliving is happening in the past, present, and future all at once. You never went after that girl or boy, and now you're alone. When you look back, all you see are missed opportunities and chances taken too late. You might think, well, then what? What if I realize I'd wasted my life? The thing is, who decides what's a waste and what isn't? Society often tells us what we should do, and when we do it, we're told it's great. We're contributing members of society. We're helping the economy. We're making the world a better place. But how true is that? The answer, as with most things in life, is it doesn't matter. It's up to you. What matters is how you decide to react. If you think it's a curse, then it is. If you think it's a blessing, then it is. It doesn't matter what other people think. Their lives don't depend on your happiness. Do you really think they'd care? Do you really think things would change? How many times have you pretended to enjoy something only because it's normal? How many times have you said yes when you really wanted to say no? You're probably thinking, well, I couldn't have just said no. There was no way I could have refused. I had to do it. So what made you think that? Or is it just easier for you to blame yourself and carry on like nothing happened? Maybe you thought you'd be punished if you said no, so you didn't. Maybe you believed you wouldn't be accepted anymore, so you went along with it. Maybe it's both. Maybe it depends on the day. Maybe you don't care some days, but other days you do. But why do you care? What would happen if you stopped caring? Would anything change? Why did you think these things? Did you ask yourself if they were true? I'm guessing not. So whose rules are you following? Your own or somebody else's? You might look at someone else and wonder what makes them any better than you. You could hate them for succeeding while you struggled, and you might even hate yourself for not doing what they did. Maybe you envy their success. And what does it get them anyway? More work, more problems, more stress. Does it really matter? It has been said that depression can be compared to living with grief. What are they trying to prove by continuing to move forward? Is it worth it? Are you glad you're not them? Can you spot the irony yet? Because what you're doing is comparing yourself to someone else based on their achievements. You're giving meaning to their life, and by extension, giving meaning to your own non-existent one. In a way, I think we can all relate to feeling meaningless. Sometimes it happens when we fail at something. Sometimes it happens when we see others succeed where we failed. But I think the most dangerous time is when those two meet. When we feel like we have failed at something because others have succeeded, then we can truly start questioning our own meaning. If you've ever experienced this, you know what I mean. Maybe it doesn't to you, but to them it obviously does. So the question becomes, why do they care? I know it sounds ridiculous. But what if you're not comparing yourself to someone else? What if you're looking back on your own life? How many times have you done something that you didn't want to do just because it was expected of you? Maybe it was your parents. Maybe it was school. Maybe it was your job. You may think saying no would make you a bad person, but to whom? To yourself, maybe. So I ask again, is wasting your life a curse or a blessing? I think the biggest problem with this situation is the idea of regret. But the truth is, you're never going to be that old man lying in a bed. So let me ask you again, does any of this matter? And this, my friend, is the ultimate freedom. This is what Stoicism is all about. So if life is meaningless, is that a blessing or a curse? So if you're depressed, then so be it. And sometimes the truth hurts, but it's always worth it. Now, if you want to continue learning about Stoic philosophy and how it can help you live a good life, check out the recommended videos.